Hey guys, just wanted to do a quick little walkthrough of my gaming space here. It's been a while since I did this. So this is a little spare room in my basement where I do my gaming. I thought I'd show it to you today. It's my computer where I do my online gaming. And there's a shelf of reading books and loose RPG materials. There's a list of characters and NPCs from a previous D&D campaign that I run, with some extra additions added on by my son after the fact, and some PC games and DVDs and a shit ton of CDs, obsolete technology. Here's my gaming table. If I can scan back, you can see that it sits. I can sit up to upwards of 8 people, I guess, but typically I only have like 5 or 6 players at any given time, and this is where we sit. Dartboard, because we like to throw darts on a Saturday from time to time if we're having a pint. Here's my games. I have some board games over here from my previous past life, board gaming being the hobby that got me back into role-playing games. So we'll scan in here and we'll have a look at some of the games that I have. Dungeon Crawl Classics, Dragon Age, Coriolis, Mutant, and Tales from the Loop, all three using the same system. We got Symbaroum's core rulebook there, Force and Destiny, Edge of the Empire. We also have Call of Cthulhu and World of Cthulhu Cold War, which sets the game in a different era besides the normal 1930s. Quantum Black, which is a Ubiquity game, modern or near future, facing off against Cthulhu and Lovecraftian horrors. Leagues of Adventure, which also uses Ubiquity, and also Leagues of Gothic Horror, which is like a splat boat that goes with it that sets it in up against different types of horrors, I guess. Then we have Conan, which is 2D20, and Broken Root, which is a cool little game that deals with parallel universes that uses a different momentum system. This one uses D12s as a dice pool. Not very well known, but it's a very cool book. We'll scan down and we'll get some of my older materials here. Up here we have a list of, or a grouping of screens for classic World of Darkness games. We got Wraith Player Kit. We got a Vampire Masquerade, Hunter, and I think I got Wraith and Werewolf there as well as GM screens. We have a few of the Werewolf books, and we have a few of the Wraith books, and we have a few of the Vampire Dark Ages books, and a few of the Hunter books. Those are the main classic World of Darkness books I have. I haven't really given a lot of these a lot of time, but hopefully if I can learn the storyteller system, I'll make use of these. Down here we have a eclectic bunch of books. We have some Vampire Masquerade, just a couple. We have some World of Darkness books. And then we have Pendragon, which is a very cool game. I hope to play a nice long campaign of that sometime soon. My only Palladium game you'll find in my collection, Ninjas and Super Spies. We have some Hackmaster with some bestiaries, which is cool. Little take on first edition Dungeons and Dragons. And we have a Tolkien Bestiary, which is not actually a role-playing game book, but it actually has some really good materials in there about the lore of Tolkien's world. Shadowrun 2nd edition, I have a 2.4 and 2.6 version of Mifrog there. Fate Core book, Savage Worlds generic core book, and Mouse Guard. Down here we'll look for some older materials. I have a stack of modules here, some of them being DCC modules, some being free RPG a day modules. And at the very top you'll see a lovely copy of Blue Home Pretense Rules that Andrew Knapp sent me. We have some Warhammer Fantasy Roleplay 3rd edition materials. Over there we got my Lamentations materials, which are quite limited, but I do have the core book and a few of the free RPG a day materials there. If we go down further, we'll look at what got me started into role-playing, which was first and second edition Dungeons and Dragons. I got basically the basics of what you need if you wanted to play the game. Don't have a lot of the box sets and the bells and whistles, but I do have the basics for first edition Advanced Dungeons and Dragons, second edition, and a few of the kits and materials that you can use to expand that out. And I do have a Dark Sun box set because I do love that setting very much. And we'll scan over here. We got some fate dice. Here we have some narrative dice. Here we have a character from one of my lovely movies, which is Dodgeball. And we got some Rogue Trader and Death Watch core book. I'm going to add some splats for Death Watch at some point too, if I can get my hands on them. Over here we have some of the newer additions, newer games to my collection. Star Trek Genesis narrative dice generic book. We have some 5th edition Dungeons and Dragons. We have some cheap little toys I got in a kid's toy that I painted for Star Wars when I used to run it. And over here we got some other, we got Wembley there, my favorite Fraggle. And we just got some cheap little toys that I got from the dollar store and stuff. Yeah, they're the children's toys, but I used to use them and put them around when we played Star Wars as a decorative feature. And here's my board games. Not as many as I once had. I've sold a few of them off over the years to buy role-playing game books, but there you go. This is where I do my gaming on usually Friday nights, and I'm just creating a new group now, so hopefully we can get that up and running and we can have some fun. Cheers. Thanks for watching.